Hi guys, welcome back for part 3 of my shaker series. Today I'm going to be filling my shakers with different things like gems and glitters and little trinkets, and surprisingly enough, Wilton cake sprinkles. They turned out to be a fantastic little noise maker. I highly recommend it. So join me and I'll walk you through the process of getting those shakers filled and finished. We're going to start off by tracing over the open shape of the shakers with a marker. I used a sheet of acetate. You can get it at any craft store, and then just use a pair of scissors or X-Acto knife or box cutter or whatever you have to cut that shape out. The next step is the really fun part where we get to fill our shakers. I used a few gems in different sizes and textures. I used spangles in a variety of shapes and colors and sizes to catch the light and give it a little more visual interest. And then of course we move on to the Wilton cake sprinkles. I really love these guys. I love the different colors. And when I first started, I was looking for seed beads about this size and I was having a really hard time finding them. So these were an absolute gem when I found them. They work fantastically. Then we're going to take that shape we cut out of acetate and we're going to use a small amount of resin to set it in place. All you need is a very thin layer of it. So I am using UV resin because it sets really quickly. And then you just use a popsicle stick to spread it into a nice even layer around the area that you're trying to cover. Here I'm just repeating the same exact process as I used on the first one. So just fill it with different fun little things inside and then just seal the acetate shape over it with a thin layer of UV resin. The UV resin you initially want to set for about 6 seconds just to hold the acetate shape in place. And then once you pull it out of there, out of the UV light, you can just use another thin, even layer of resin over the entire shape of the shaker. Your second layer of resin should be a little bit heavier, and it should go over the entire surface of your shaker. You want to get a nice even consistency, so you'll have to use a little more resin as opposed to the first layer, which is just a very thin coating. This should be nice and thick and even to give it a smooth finish once it's set. While my first shaker is setting under the UV lamp for 2 minutes, I'm going to go ahead and put that second layer of resin over my second shaker. The 2 minutes is the initial setting for the second layer. It actually takes closer to 4 minutes under a UV light. My UV lamp has a setting for 120 seconds, which is 2 minutes. So whenever I make these, I just hit it twice. You set the shakers underneath, hit it the first time. When it shuts off, just hit it again. That second 2 minute interval of cooking under the UV light really gives it a nice hard surface, and that's what you're really looking for. As a finishing touch, I'm going to be turning them over and attaching these flat back bales. I got these off of eBay. They were really inexpensive. And in order to attach it to the back of the shaker, I'm just going to be using some jewelry glue. The one I got is Elaine's, and I got it at Walmart. It's called Jewelry and Metal Glue. Really inexpensive. It came in a pack of 3, and it lasts forever. You only need a small dab on it to make it stick. This glue from Elaine's works really quickly. It sets in just a few seconds, I'm gonna say. So if you do decide to use this type of adhesive when you make your shakers, just be really careful not to get any on your skin, because it works exactly like super glue, where it will make you attach yourself to yourself if you're not careful. We don't want that. And finally, because when I looked these over after putting on the second coat of resin, I decided to use a third coat. There were a few dimples and dips on the surface because I did not use enough of the resin, so I didn't get a nice smooth even surface. So this third layer is going to be just to fill in those little dips in there and give it a finished surface area. And there you go. Yay, you have some finished shakers. Now all you have to do is have some fun with it. And with these bails, you can attach it to a key ring or a clip or a chain or whatever it is you want to do, and just clip it to yourself and rattle away.